Hey, if you haven't checked them out already, make sure to go out and check out my vlogs from India. I have 2 more coming, but I have 2 up already. They are, oh my god, it was an amazing experience. Go check it out. Hey fam, what's up, what's up, what's up? This is Robert Anton here, robertantonnyc.com, coming to you with your no frills American Idol commentary from a singer! Yeah, baby! Hey, what's going on, people? I got drama, technical difficulties going on over here, but it's on with the show. Hopefully I can get this up for you. I do not have any internet right now. The thing is blinking just one light. It's supposed to be 4 or 5. Oh, mercy, mercy me. Well, let me tell you what happened. I'm going to go ahead and edit this, and if it's working, then if it's not working, you might not get this until it's working. Tonight is the American Idol Top 3. It is also the 500th episode of Idol, and we got a replay of Kelly Clarkson walking into the room, some past auditioners like William Hung and Carrie Underwood. Remember William? Oh my god! Plus a replay of footage of past winner announcements. And next week, the performance show will be Tuesday, and the results show on Wednesday. Why are you doing this to me? I got the voice results on Tuesday. Oh my god. What am I gonna do? And Ryan announced that Caleb hasn't had a voice since last week. He has vocal cord hemorrhage because of bronchitis and sinusitis, and they even brought out a doctor to explain it. And what I think is he was screaming his behind off at his homecoming, right? So that's what happened. That's why he's really hoarse, and that's what's going on. Oh my goodness, that's a terrible thing. I feel so bad for him. But it's on with the show. He's got to perform. They have 3 rounds tonight. Randy Jackson's pick, Judge's pick, and hometown pick. And the top 3 got the hometown visits, of course, and we'll see more of that on the results show, but we got a preview of what was going on and what happened and all that. Then Ryan introduced DJs, the ChainSmokers, who made the song Selfie, and they showed some photos of the selfies people had taken from the TV with the idols. I didn't see mine with Gina. What happened? And Carrie Underwood sent in a clip with thanks and congratulations on Idol's 500th episode. First round, Randy's picks. Caleb Johnson was up first. He did Never Tear Us Apart by Inxs. And first thing I noticed is that his voice sounded quite solid with no problems in the beginning, but he was a little shaky on the higher notes, and he was trying to push through it, and I could feel him holding back a little bit, but this was still quite good. Keith told him he could hear the voice acting up in certain parts, but he worked it right through it. J-Lo said him on his worst night is better than some people on their best night. Harry voiced his concern that Caleb did not hurt himself tonight. Yes, please don't hurt yourself. That's the important thing. Then Phillip Phillips had a clip, so we're gonna get all these idols coming in to put their clips in, you know, in between performances, which is cool. I'll tell you which ones did what, when, where, and how. Alex Preston was up next doing Pompeii by Bastille, and this was a good song choice to give a little pace to Alex's performance, and he also got to show a little versatility by banging on that, what's that big drum? What's the name of that darn drum? I can just call it the big drum thing. And he came from behind the mic stand to greet the crowd. He went out, did some handshaking and stuff, and that was new. I was like, all right, boy, I wish I would have seen that even more earlier. And this was there was a little busy section in there that was a little distracting, but overall, I really enjoyed this. Still no fireworks, but it was a solid performance. J-Lo said it was a different Alex and called it a great performance. Harry said the song gave him everything he needed in the competition. Keith said there were a few shaky bits, but he saw some great stuff in there. Then Chris Allen also got his clip going into commercial. Gina Irene was up next. She did Titanium by David Guetta featuring Sia, and Gina got some serious production values on that stage. I thought she had like a huge train going up to the sky. She was all up on a platform with a harness around her so she didn't fall. Her voice sounded pretty good on the lower parts of the song, but I was waiting for the big notes, and she pretty much nailed them, though she had a tendency to cut them off a little too soon trying to get into the next part. She finally held one out at the end and even took it up a few notes, you know. So I was like, okay, well, we know you can do it. All right then. Harry said this was like nothing for her, and she killed all the important notes. Keith said he loves that she's a killer singer and she has fun. J-Lo said it felt a little stiff to her. What do you think? And what do you think of the commentary? Make sure you thumb it up. Let me know what you think. To let other people know we are almost there at the end. I need to get at least 50 thumbs on this. Make sure to thumb it up and send it around for me. I appreciate you guys so much, and I appreciate your thumbs. And then David Cook also sent in a congratulatory clip. And the next round was the judge's pick. Caleb Johnson started out again. He did Demons by Imagine Dragons, and he was having trouble with this when he opened up, and I could see him thinking how to place it to get it right. I think the main thing though that his performances have lacked so far is the abandon that like really signifies his style. He tried to do a falsetto note that kind of warbled and fell off, and I'm so sad that he's not in good voice. It kind of hurts my heart, and I know where he's come. We all know, anybody who's been performing for more than 1 or 2 years knows that feeling of when you're hoarse or when you're under the weather, you're sick, your nose is stopped up, and you still have to perform, and you just don't feel like, you know, your whole spirit is just kind of sucked dry because you're like, oh, I wish I could do this, I wish I could do that, I could be so much better if I was. But you have to soldier through, and that is the good thing. He is really soldiering through this so far. Keith said he's feeling for him and mentioned that he had a vocal surgery before, you know, so he kind of commiserate with him. J-Lo said he started singing the emotion of the song and it got better, and gave him some very good advice. Check that out. Harry asked him a question when he's supposed to be saving his voice. He's like, oh, just in 2 or 3 sentences. Ain't they tell you that he's supposed to be saving his voice? He's supposed to be talking. And Candace Glover sent in her clip. Oh my God, it was good to see her. Alex Preston was up next. He did Stay by Rihanna featuring Mickey Echo, and he started this out with just guitar creating the mood, and then brought in the strings and a crunk beat, you know. Such a nice arrangement, and his voice sounded really approachable and memorable to me. And of course his ending was nice. J-Lo and Harry stood for him. J-Lo said she knew he would sing the heck out of that. Harry said it was really strong and asked him a question about what he'd do in concert. Keith told him he just owned the song and called the arrangement killer. Then Lee DeWise also made a clip saying he was proud and honored to be a part of the Idol family. And we saw clips of Jessica Muse getting her hometown parade even though she was sent home, and she was in the audience with the rest of the top 10 to announce the Idol tour, and Ryan announced some of the performance pair-ups for the finale. I can't remember all of them, so you know, we'll see them when they come around. Gina Irene was up next. She did Heart Attack by Demi Lovato, and this started a cappella just for a second and then kicked in with a bit of rock edge, but it sounded a little low in her voice and I was losing quite a bit of the words. She was sailing on the higher parts with no problem though. I think she had a great attack on this in the upper range, just the lower range that kind of suffered. Harry said she always finds a way to be original and advised her to have the same energy of the ending in the beginning, and asked her a question. Keith mentioned her pitch, phrasing, and range and called it excellent. J-Lo said she felt very loose and in control. And Demi Lovato will be coming to sing with the girls on the finale, was announced. And then my baby Fantasia sent in her clip, and I was hollering, boy, let me tell you. And she's in New York City doing After Midnight, I believe. She said she's on Broadway, so I know she's doing After Midnight. And I still haven't seen it yet. Oh my God, I gotta go see it. I need some money. Somebody send me a ticket, please. And for the final round, we had the hometown pick. Caleb Johnson once again kicked it off. He did Dazed and Confused by Led Zeppelin, and he started this out a cappella and sounded as strong as he's ever been. I think he was saving it all just for this, and I heard little places where his voice frayed, but he sang the spit out of the song with all he had. J-Lo and Keith were on their feet in the middle, and J-Lo was rocking out and doing her thing and checking her, you know, and he smashed the mic stand and let out a wail at the end. He was like, oh, God, no. I was like, oh my God. I got the chills on that ending. It was so good, and he really just took it all the way on this. I hope he hurt himself, but he killed this. He said, I ain't got no more voice left. Whew, I can see why. Keith said that was a moment of miraculous healing. J-Lo called it a true idol moment. Harry said he loved watching him take full advantage of this opportunity and called it fantastic. Then Scotty McCreery also sent in his clip to say the show made all his dreams come true. Alex Preston was up next with Story of My Life by One Direction, and they had an interesting subway background for him on this, and he was moving backwards or something like that, like he was walking forwards, but the set made it look like he was moving backwards. Oh well. I love the first time that he sang this, and this time was no different. I was really into it. I just felt like it was a little anticlimactic after Caleb's performance. He was giving it his all though and trying to pump up the emotion, but it was just a little too sedate to eclipse what came before it in my mind. Always solid, but it just wasn't very exciting for me. J-Lo said all of them are amazing and said he did a great job. Harry said it was a very strong classic Alex performance. Keith said it was coming down a little from his Stay performance. And Jordan Sparks also sent in her clip and was looking gorgeous. Gina Irene finished out the night with Creep by Radiohead, and she got the pimp spot and the piano with the carnival background and dramatic lighting. Okay, is this a setup or what? I was like, oh my goodness. Did you make it any more obvious? This was a very dramatic and touching rendition though from her, but also very professional. She sang it well, hit all the notes right, seemed to have all the emotion in place just coming from just her pores, and she came off like a star. Despite the audience clapping out of time in some places, I was like, well, y'all just stop, just watch the performance. Very, very well done from Gina. Keith and J-Lo stood for her. Harry told her something happens when she sits behind the piano. piano and said it was even better than the last time she sang it. Keith said her progress has been mind-blowing. J-Lo called it brilliant. What did you guys think? To end out the show, they rolled out a cake for the 500th episode. The top 10, along with the production staff, joined them on stage, and it was just a party, party, party with everything falling from the sky and all that good stuff. And I felt really good after this episode. Oh my God! This is Robert Anton, robertantonnyc.com. Now I'm just hoping I can get this uploaded to the internet. Oh, goodness gracious. Wish me luck. I'm out. Peace.